Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another wonderful episode of Help for the Guildless. My name is Antoine, and I want you to just sit back, relax, grab a drink, and be prepared, because I have something quite funny and a little interesting to talk about. Okay, maybe not ha-ha funny. It's not like three guys walk into a bar kind of joke, ha-ha. It's more of a, I can't believe that happened kind of funny. It happened, there's been an injection of SJW madness into a former fandom of mine. And everybody kind of saw this coming because it's been coming on for a year now. And the fandom I'm talking about, of course, is Magic the Gathering. Now, I'm going to talk about that first, and then I have something interesting to talk about after this. So what I'm going to do is keep it brief, give you a little bit of an interlude, my thoughts of what's been going on, and then we'll move on, if that's okay with you. So, about a year ago, Jim Davies wrote an article about what else? Women in Magic the Gathering. I don't know what prompted it. It could have been his wife or any female friends that had any interactions with any of the Magic players on the pro circuit. He is a pro player. Now, what this article recited was that women should be treated no different than any other Magic player on the scene. You should actually respect them and treat them through the merit of their abilities. Holy shit, he actually asked for equality. And guess what happened? Just take a wild guess. I'll wait 3 seconds for you to figure out what actually happened. So, that was 3 seconds. If you can guess what happened, ding ding ding, you win. There was backlash. Tons of backlash. Not all from women, mind you. Mainly from men. That's right. White knights jumped on the bandwagon and said, no, women have to be protected. Women have to be treated differently. Women have to be treated like a special flower that you hold up in front of the rest of the Magic players and say, look, this is a female gamer. They do exist. Instead of actually, playing the game and not giving two shits about the fact that a girl sat down across from you who just wants to play the game. Now, I would love to bring up the article for you, but an hour after this was posted on Star City Games, SCG, one of the biggest Magic the Gathering websites, after an hour it was pulled, and an apology of retraction was issued. Oh my. And that was was not necessarily the beginning, but that was the tinder that this flame needed to develop to incubate the disease that is social justice whiners. Shortly after that, Target decided to do their whole, we're not going to have labeled bathrooms. Anyone who identifies as anything can go wherever they fucking feel like it. Good for them. When this happened, a particular Magic the Gathering YouTuber decided to, make a joke. And I'm going to tell you this joke, and I want you to try and find what he was being accused of. So, someone asked, jokingly, where does a planeswalker go? And this YouTuber responded, they're a planeswalker. Their pee goes into the ether. It's not very funny, I understand that. It's droll, there's no real punchline, and I mean, I'm not that up on humor, but it was more of a meh. Now tell me, where in that joke lies transphobic language? Because if you can find it, I will give you every dime I have in my bank account. Every dime. You see, I've gone over it in my head a few times, and the joke in itself is just meh. There's no joke. That's kind of interesting, kind of funny. I guess if you think of it that way, yes, they can pee wherever the bloody hell they want. But there's no transphobia, there's no transphobic verbiage. So, this person, who happens to be the second largest YouTuber in the Magic the Gathering community with 130,000 subscribers. His name is Jeremy from MTG Headquarters. What did he do? Well, he apologized, which was his first mistake, and then he deleted all the tweets, just in case he offended anybody else with what he said. That's fine. Bravo. But, and this is where the problem lies, he already apologized. If we have learned anything from these idiots, is that you do not apologize. Stand by what you say, and they will cower, or they will attack and look stupid. So that blows over. And if that was the end, I wouldn't still be talking about it now. There's more. Now, over the last couple of months, it's been spoiler season. Spoiler season is when there's a new set of Magic the Gathering that's coming out, and Wizards gives previews of cards so you can get excited and make sure your wallet has enough money in it to purchase their product. And YouTubers and things of that nature get these spoilers. And it's not anything big, they don't get paid for them, they just get to have this exclusive preview. MTG Headquarters and Jeremy got 2. Well, he is the second biggest YouTuber in the community, so that's actually a good thing. And he did it. He spoiled the 2 cards, and he did it rather eloquently, and it was fun. And I didn't know this, because I don't Reddit, but apparently there is a Magic the Gathering subreddit. And from the stories that I've heard, even if I did Reddit, I wouldn't touch this thing with a 100-foot pole wrapped in 30 condoms. It's that cancerous. All they do is bitch and complain. Bitch and complain and bitch and complain. They don't do anything, but apparently they hate Jeremy. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he actually can afford to do his hobby, or he's successful at YouTube. Who knows? I shouldn't say hobby, it's more of a habit, because anybody who plays Magic the Gathering would know. It's doing crack would be cheaper. Now, they took his video, posted it up, bitched and complained, and started saying that a transphobic, racist bigot like Jeremy should not get preview cards. Wizards should not endorse him. And surprisingly, a representative of Wizards actually got on Reddit and said, yes, we agree with you. He doesn't represent what we want in a Magic player, and neither do his fans. All 130,000 of them. Now, Jeremy, visibly upset and, well, emotional over the situation, responded, basically saying, hey, why did you throw me under the bus? You know, you could have talked to me personally, emailed me, we could have dealt with this. You're actually taking the word of a 0.05% of the Magic community about something, and all they do on here is complain. Well, the Wizards representative did not respond. And I do believe, I'm not 100% sure, I do believe he blocked him on Twitter as well. Which is all well and good, you know. We can't have anyone actually disagreeing with something that comes from on high. So, Jeremy is visibly upset because he did a podcast about it. He did a video. He's verbally upset because he's posting on Twitter about it. He can't believe Wizards is throwing him under the bus, and neither can anyone else. Now, here's the problem. The Magic YouTube community went silent. No one backed him, no one said, this is messed up, except for, I believe, one. And he did a extended podcast thing, get together. And they talked about it. And if that was it, if that was the finale, I still wouldn't be talking about it. But it's not. It's not over. You see, what the people on Reddit wanted from this homophobic, transphobic bigot was for him to leave. Now, a little about Jeremy. He's a nice guy. He really is. And he's genuine and sincere in all of his videos. He's excited about the cards that he sees. He's excited about getting the rares, even if they're jank. Jank, of course, meaning bad. And he's relatively a casual player. He's not a professional. But he doesn't care. He does this because he enjoys it. He also happens to be a conservative. Oh, I know. Someone who actually is a conservative, who voices his opinions and speaks highly about things like Donald Trump and not being a liberal. He talks about SJWs and how stupid they are, and you are, trust me. Well, that seems to be a problem for the Redditors. So like I said, what did they want? He runs a channel, a very successful one. They went after his backers and his advertisers. And he lost some. But, in response to that, from the community themselves, his Patreon did not drop. It actually grew. And for that I say, good on you, Jeremy. You have the backing of and support of the community because they saw what happened and agreed with you. And if that was the end of this, I still wouldn't be talking about it and this podcast would be over. There's more. Of course there's more. Now, a while ago, Cole did a podcast about SJW Tactics. I suggest you go watch it. If this is done right, a link to that should be around here somewhere on screen. And this is very important because of what happened next. Like I said, they wanted him to stop. And when he utterly refused and basically said, and I quote, "Fuck you," to the SJWs, well, they got angry. Their little fifis were hurt. Oh no. Oh my. And, well, they've decided to go after his jobs, plural, because Jeremy has two. The man works 80 plus hours a week to support his family and his habit. And he's good at it. But Jeremy did the one thing that he was supposed to do and let his bosses know that not only did he do podcasts and YouTube videos, but sometimes he talked about controversial things on there. So, when the emails and things like that went out and his bosses started getting inundated, they were prepared for the fact of this. And did nothing, because Jeremy is good at his jobs. But wait, there's more. Because they couldn't ruin his livelihood. Because they couldn't destroy him because he disagreed with something or spoke up or didn't do what the masses wanted. They then decided to go after his wife. Someone who had nothing to do with this. Someone who he barely mentioned on his YouTube videos, who has never appeared on the YouTube videos, and has nothing to do with MTG Headquarters. But then again, this is what the social justice mobs want. You disagree with what I have to say. well, you must burn in hell. But there's a good ending to this tale, and it just happened recently. From all the support and some new backers, Jeremy has triumphed. He's actually getting his own website, which he's working on right now, and should be up soon. It's going to have his videos, it's going to have ways of doing blogs and it's going to have a forum that you can talk. It's going to be an actual website. Now, I'm sure there's going to be trolls and things on there. There always are. But it's going to be a space to talk about Magic the Gathering the way it's supposed to be talked to. Well, not talked to, but talked about. And that's a wonderful thing. And I'm sad to say that I'm no longer part of this community because I haven't the time nor the finances to continue to play. But that's fine. I'm actually glad that I'm not part of this community for right now, for what's going on. And these are my thoughts. This is only a small instance of what's been going on. It's a big one, but small in scope. This was only one YouTuber. Something happened that should not have happened, and I want you to listen when I say this, because it's very, very important. Magic the Gathering is a trading card game. There should not be gender politics infused into a trading card game. Politics should not be anywhere near this game. Why? Well, because it's a fucking card game. Gender politics, socioeconomic politics, ethical politics, political politics, none of it should touch this game. Because it is not needed. The Magic the Gathering community is one of the most inclusive groups of people and fandoms that possibly could be out there. All you have to do is know how to play, and they will accept you, as long as you're not a son of a bitch. As long as you're not a vile person. And if you don't know how to play, they will teach you. And they will help you. You know, it takes a lot to get a Magic player to not want to play with you. And that's the problem with these morons. These social justice fuckwits. They don't like to have fun. They believe they can't have fun, so why can you? They have to get high or drunk to have fun. And believe me, I've played drunk Magic. I've also played non-drunk Magic. It doesn't matter. I know that I can take 60 cards, go to a friend's house, and have hours of fun without a hangover. And yes, there are politics involved when you're playing certain versions of Magic, like Commander. But it's not politics talking about who's going to win, Trump or Hillary. It's politicking on, if you don't kill me this turn, I'll help you get rid of that person. This trading card game has been injected forcefully by a bunch of non-playing asshats. And I can't stand it. This needs to stop. And how do you stop them? By all means, go check out that SJW Tactics video. If the link wasn't on screen, I'll put it down below. things like this. What did they do? They went after his job because he disagreed with them or stood up to them. Good for you, Jeremy. Long live MTG Headquarters. Continue playing the game. And that's honestly what needs to happen. Stand up to these idiots. They are not there to play. They're there to ruin everyone else's time. Because one, they don't know about the community that they're trying to ruin. And two, they don't care about the community that they're trying to ruin. They just know a bunch of people, probably men, are having fun, and that's not allowed anymore. And that's what I have to say about that. So let's move on to the next topic. This episode is going to be the season finale of Season 2 of Help for the Guildless. I know I was supposed to finish on an Ask Me Anything, but you there in YouTube land did not ask me any questions. No one asked on Twitter, no one asked on the Facebook page. It's fine, it's fine. So I'm going to do something different. Now, there's been a lot of things going on lately that I've wanted to talk about. But I haven't been able to because it was not in the scope of what Help for the Guildless was supposed to be. So Help for the Guildless is taking another shift. And I've gotten permission from the owner of the podcast to talk about whatever the hell I want. So the next one is going to be a brand new Help for the Guildless in Season 3. And I plan on talking about everything. Anything that I see tickles my fancy. I have opinions on a lot of things. I have to be opinionated. I have a YouTube podcast to deal with. So that's the new announcement. Help for the Guildless is going to make another shift. It's going to retain the name, and I will still do geeky things. It's fine. If you still want to listen to that, keep an eye out for those. I'll do reviews of movies, and I'll do reviews of games, and I will also talk about anything that I feel like needs to be talked about. If you enjoy watching Cole do his streams, you can watch those as well. He'll still be posting those occasionally. So, that's the information we have now. And I hope you are interested, and I hope you are as excited about it as I am. So thank you for listening. Once again, my name is Antoine. And if you liked what I had to say, let me know in the comments. If you didn't like what I have to say, let me know in the comments. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm one of the admins on the Facebook page, which the link is down below. You can follow Cole on Twitter and Twitch, and you can also, if you dare brave the scum and villainy of Tumblr, he now has a Tumblr blog, which he will be talking about the goings-on of Help for the Guildless and doing his own thoughts. I believe there's a couple new things up there now. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It has been an amazing time talking to you, and I hope you are around for more. So, my name once again is Antoine. I hope every single one of you has an amazing